Hey friends, welcome to your movement wellness practice. This class is a mobility inspired class lasting between 10 and 20 minutes, targeting your whole body. So I like to use it as just like a daily movement multivitamin. If you don't have a further yoga practice, or you can also use this as a pre-workout warm-up, just to get all your joints mobilized, your muscles activated, all that good stuff. We are gonna get started in a kneeling pose, somewhere towards the back of your mat. You can tuck your toes underneath you if you want a nice stretch for the bottoms of the feet, or you can untuck your toes and sit your hips to your heels. Either way is fine. As we land here, just relax your shoulders down, take a deep breath in, find some length through your spine. You can close your eyes here as well. And exhale, let the breath go. As you breathe in, think about the air coming into the chest, the rib cage, all the way down into the belly and the back body and the sides of the waist. So a full 360-degree expansion. And then our exhale is just a soft letting go. No need to force it. 2 more intentional breaths. We will all meet at the bottom of our exhale and hold for just a second. Hold for a moment more, past what you think you can. And then inhale, breathe in regularly. Blink your eyes open. If you took the toe tuck, go ahead and wiggle out your toes as you lean forward. Sit your hips back onto your heels. From here, cross your arms over your chest. We are going to do some joint rotations, focusing on our thoracic spine, so the mid-back area. That being said, try to think about your pelvis staying in one place the whole time and really isolating the movement to the upper back. So we're gonna bring our elbows down towards our belly button, find some rounding through the back of the heart, and then roll your shoulders over to the right. Find some extension. So now we're leaning back, bringing the heart up to the sky. Elbows up to the sky. Again, the low back is staying pretty still. And then roll over through center to the left side. Elbows drop down to the left hip as you round through the back body. And come back through center. Good. Find a neutral spine. Lift up onto your shins. Step your right foot out diagonally. So if we're on a clock, it's at like 1:30 or 2. Now we're gonna take a little floss forward and backwards through our right knee. So bending and straightening-ish, bending, straightening-ish. Feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh, the groin. Your arms, you can do whatever you want with your arms. And then we're gonna rotate through the hip. So drop your right knee in towards the center of the mat, and then roll it out. Your foot, we can keep it totally planted. If you want, you can bring the foot with you. So we're rolling onto the big toe side and then the pinky toe side. But we want to feel the rotation through the hip joint. So focus on your femur moving, your big, long leg bone here. Good. Step your right leg back underneath you. Sit your hips to your heels. Cross your arms again. And then we're gonna round through the spine, bring your elbows down to your belly button. Roll over to the left, shoulders are pointing to the left. Find some extension. Bring the heart up to the sky, leaning back. And then elbows to the right hip. And all the way down to the belly button as you round. Neutral spine, stand up onto your shins, and then step your left foot out at an angle. So this would be like 10:30 on a clock. And then we're gonna bend and straighten kind of into the left leg. This is mobilizing through the ankle joint. If you don't have pain, if you feel capable here, it's okay if your knee surpasses your toe. You feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Let's do 2 more. Good. And then now find those rotations through the knee. Dropping your left knee in towards the mat, internal rotation of the femur, and then rolling either out towards the pinky toe side or just thinking about the outer knee drawing out. External rotation of the hip. Couple more. Good. Walk your left shin back underneath you, set your hips to your heels. We'll do that one more time on each side now that you know what we're doing. Cross your arms, elbows down, round through the back body. Roll your shoulders to the right, all the way back behind you. Elbows to the left hip, and down through center. Stand up onto your shins, step your right foot out to the side. 3 little bends and straightens of your right knee. Good, and then 3 rotations of the left knee in and out. Step your right shin back underneath you, hips to heels, switch the cross of your arms, and then round. Elbows to belly button. Elbows to left hip. Extend through the mid-back. Roll over to the right, and round down again. Rise up, step your left foot out. 3 little lunge, flossing of the hips. And then 3 times dropping left knee in and out. Good. Find a tabletop pose. Stacking shoulders over hands, hips over knees. From here, inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your gaze. Find a cow pose. As you exhale, push and round through the back body, and then drop your elbows to the mat, tuck your toes, lift your hips up into a dolphin pose. So we're thinking about threading the heart back through the shoulder, just staying really active and engaged through the shoulder girdle, pressing down and away through the forearms. Good, drop your knees. Inhale, cow pose, lift your elbows, drop your belly. Exhale, cat pose, round, sink elbows down, lift hips up to dolphin. So 1 breath per movement. Inhale is our cow pose, lifting elbows, dropping knees, arcing through the spine. Exhale, round, drop elbows, lift hips, dolphin. And press your heart back. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat on your way to your dolphin. Good, 1 more here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round. Drop elbows, lift hips. Press back. Good. And your knees can be as bent as you want. I should have said that at the beginning, but hopefully you realize that along the way. Sit your hips back towards your heels again. Take a moment to just collect your breath here. Next, we're gonna move between kind of a shoulder roll and a camel prep stretch for the quads. So we're in our kneeling pose. Plant your fingertips behind you. If the ground feels really far away, bring a block to meet you where you are. So we're gonna take a big rolling out of the shoulders, pressing of the chest up towards the sky. And then next, engage your glutes. Find a tuck of the tailbone underneath you, so a posterior pelvic tilt. And then drive your hips up to the sky. You should feel a stretch on the front of the quads and hip flexors. And I like to take the arc out of the low back, or the arch. Good, lower hips down. Take a big roll of your shoulder blades back. And then engage your glutes, press down through your shins, lift your hips up. Drop them back down. Take a big rolling of your shoulders, lifting of your chest, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Drive your hips up to the sky. Good, take a peek, make sure your knees aren't splaying out to the side. If they are, that's okay, it's just a bit of a compensation pattern, so try to zip your inner thighs together. 2 more rounds. Inhale to roll your shoulders back, take a big breath into the chest space, and then exhale, engage glutes, lift your hips up. Sink back down. Inhale, roll your shoulders. Exhale, extend your hips. And lower down. Let's take a little massage. So bring your palms of your hand, your heels of your hand to your thighs. Rub up and down a couple times. Good. Plant your hands at the top of the mat. Tuck your toes, and as you're ready, glide your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a little bit of movement, whatever feels good in your body. Or you could stay still. You could press your heart back and pull through the shoulders. Just about 5 breaths into the shape and explore what your body is calling you to do. And as you're finishing up, find a more or less still shape. Ground down through your left foot. Inhale, sweep right heel high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, plant your right knee at the very center of the mat. Inhale, bird dog. So we're lifting our left heel and our right fingertips forward. Keep a nice straight spine. Don't let your body kind of sway side to side. Pretend you had a glass of water on your back and you're keeping it stable. Core is hugging in. Pelvic floor is hugging in. Good. Right hand plant, step your left foot through. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Keep your right glute engaged as you sink hips forward and reach arms high. Good. Exhale, frame your left foot. Step it back again. Find your bird dog. Right arm and left leg lift. And then lower left toes down, right hand down. Three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, lower your toes down. Find your down dog shape. And then we'll switch it out. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left heel high. Exhale, lower left knee to the very center of the mat. Breathe in, bird dog, right heel. Left fingertips forward. Plant your left hand. Hug your right knee into your body. And then step your foot through. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Arms high. Find what lunge feels good for you. And exhale, frame out your right foot. Sweep it back, extend it long behind you, left fingertips forward. Good. Left hand plants, right toes tuck. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, left toes plant. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up. Exhale, plant your knee at the center of the mat. We're just doing this one more round with a little different variation. Inhale to your bird dog. Exhale, right hand plants, left knee into chest, step your foot through. Arms sweep up, breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Left hand holds onto right wrist, and then exhale, take a side stretch over to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, hands frame out, left foot. Bird dog, left heel extends behind you, right fingertips reach forward. Right hand plants, left toes tuck. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. This time, exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, and then if it feels okay, you could flip over into a wild thing. So right foot in behind you. Take a second to lower your hips down to the mat, and then ground down into both feet and your left hand as you lift your hips up to the sky. Reach your right fingertips forward. One extra breath here. And exhale, flip back over to down dog. Other side, inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee plants at the center of the mat. Inhale, extend left fingertips and right heel back. Exhale, plant left hand, drive your right knee to your chest, step your foot through. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, right hand to left wrist. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, frame out your right foot. Move through your bird dog shape. Stay stable for a breath. Toes plant, hand plants. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, and either stay here or flip all the way over, pivoting on the pinky toe side of your right foot as your left toes land behind you, hips hover off the mat. And then press into your points of contact. Lift your hips, extend your left fingertips to the top of the mat. One extra breath here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Walk your hands back to your feet. Meet in a really bent leg Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of the mat. Take a sway side to side. Your hands are even on the mat, letting your arms drape heavy. Your head hang heavy. And feel the shift of the weight from foot to foot, from toe to toe. And see also how that changes kind of how your femur feels in the hip socket. Good, ground down evenly through both feet now. Rise up to stand one segment at a time, super slow. Super slow, rolling up the spine. Your shoulders and your neck and your head are the last to unfurl. Inhale, sweep your arms at the top. Good, exhale, instead of rolling back down, we're gonna take a really heavy bend of our knees, sit our hips back, hinge back at the hips. Hands come through heart center, we find a squat, and then a fold. Crown of the head hangs heavy. Inhale, roll up, circle chair, one spinal segment at a time. Arms lift at the top. Exhale, hands through heart center, hinge your hips back, bend into your knees, find your squat, and then once you get to the very bottom, you can fold. 3 more, inhale, circle chair. Let it feel really good and fluid through the body. Find some exploration. Arms extend as high as they can, keeping your rib cage kind of hugging in towards your body instead of flaring the ribs and arching through the low back. Exhale, hinge your hips backwards. Hands come through center. Move from a squat all the way down, down, down. And as you can't, once you can't go any lower, then fold your torso forward. 2 more, inhale, circle chair. Arms reach up. Exhale through your hinge, your squat, and then your fold. Last one on your own. Good, we meet in our fold, Uttanasana. And then walk your hands forward into downward dog one more time. 5 more breaths to explore either here or in your tabletop cat-cow shape. Whatever last little movements and wiggles that would feel good for you. And then sit your hips to your heels, find your kneeling pose. Close your eyes down. Pay attention to your body. What do you feel? How does it feel different compared to how we started? Do you feel more open, more activated, more ready, just better, less pain, less tightness? 3 deep breaths. Notice how you have more space to breathe, especially through the rib cage, the back of the heart. Exhale, let it go. 2 more on your own. Final exhale, let it out. Blink your eyes open if you close them. This is the end of our class. Hopefully you feel nice and warmed up. And like I said, that can be a pre-workout thing. That can be just a daily, this is the movement I'm gonna do for 15 minutes a day. Even if you're not one to pursue more yoga or exercise, this and walking, you'll feel so much better. So I hope you stick with it. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.